Good afternoon and welcome to the Asian Midday Market Watch. Our guest today is Kelvin Wong, market strategist at CMC Markets. As always, Kelvin, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Brian. Good to see you again.
Now, Kelvin, before we get your insights, let's take a quick look at how markets in the region are performing. But before that, we're going to start with the crypto markets. Now, Bitcoin is at 59,831.7. It's up 1.35%. Ethereum is at 4,263.69 from 96. It's up 3.11%. Now, if we look at regional markets, we've got the SGX, which is at 3,234.11. It's up 0.04%. Now, the KLCI is at 1,521.68. It's down 0.23%. Shanghai is at 3,533.7. It's down 0.11%. The ASX is at 7,719.3. It's up 0.2%. The Nikkei is at 29,477.5. It's down 0.7%. The Hang Seng is at 25,308.62. It's down quite sharply, 1.33%. Rounding up the numbers is the Kospi, which is at 2,957.97, down 0.015%. Now, what's your view on how markets have been performing this morning?
Well, because if we look at the region across the Asia itself, it seems to be it's pretty much lackluster. One of the reasons is actually dragging down is actually due to from China. It's actually not the property stocks this time around, but however related to China big tech stocks. So we start to see the Hang Seng Tech Index actually underperforming in the ASEAN region right now. It's actually down close to negative 2.9%. So the reason why they're falling is due to this lackluster earnings outlook based on the current earnings reporting season Q3 for the major China big tech stocks like Tencent, which reported last week, showcasing saying that their revenue and earnings growth is actually the slowest since 5 years. And definitely we have Baidu as well. So Baidu is actually reported their Q3 earnings yesterday. So even though the revenue actually managed to beat expectation, but the management give a kind of a more conservative, I would say, that earnings guidance or revenue guidance in Q4, stating that due to the current we call it softness, economic softness that is being seen in the Chinese market right now.
And basically, Kelvin, what's your view on these Chinese tech stocks overall? Are you bullish or bearish in terms of holding these stocks over a longer term?
Because okay, for me, we got to examine number one, what is the ongoing reason that actually causes this lackluster or bearish market, close to 6 months bearish trend of this major Chinese tech stock. It's actually due to this, primarily due to this regulatory clampdown on their business practices by the Chinese central government. So I would say that based on the current news flows that I see in the marketplace right now, I'm actually optimistically bullish on this China big tech stocks. Number one, I would say that valuation is actually supporting them because valuation is relatively cheap as compared to their peers, which is the US big tech stocks. And also right now we start to see a bit of cues from the central government that potentially the current we call it harshness or of this regulatory clampdown stance seems to be easing off. Okay, a couple of reasons. Okay, number one, if you look at DD Global, which is the embedded IPO, which actually kind of caused a big hoo-ha. Number one of the reason why is they actually went ahead of to list in US without so-called seeking proper approval, okay, from the various relevant authorities. So with that, they got actually punished by actually being told to remove their apps, their app platform in China. So based on latest news flows, they are potentially able to actually reinstate their app before this year end. So that's one positive news flow. And another previously of the regulatory clampdown is on platform gaming. So there was actually
Okay.
a clampdown saying that the minors should play lesser in terms of this online gaming space. So definitely the online gaming space has a significant business interest of Tencent as well as NetEase. Yeah. So if you look at the current news flow saying that currently potentially that could be we call it ease in terms of applying for new online platform gaming license from the relevant authorities. So previously there was actually hot for close to 3 months. So they are actually choosing, there's actually a possibility of actually reinstating or removing this hot pretty soon. So online gamers could actually apply for new licenses. So that could be actually a potential positive in terms of future revenue flow for these online gamers. So overall, perhaps right, this is where we could see that this potential news flow, if it starts to fit into the marketplace, it could actually see a potential uplift in this China big tech stocks, which is currently being supported by cheaper relative valuation. So perhaps Brian, we could actually take a look at the some of the technical chart of this Hang Seng Tech Index to get a better picture. So what we could see right now, right, definitely this is the massive fall from its peak of 18th of February all the way down to the low of August. Okay, so that's
Mhm.
a close for 40% decline. Yeah. So what's interestingly over here, right? Despite the even the ongoing kind of a concern about this regulatory clampdown in the last 3 months, but prices are not actually going down further. So they
Okay.
start to trace out what I call a potential kind of bottoming configuration, and with so-called a higher low that's being supported by this weekly RSI. So it's a what is RSI? RSI basically is a momentum indicator. So what is actually showing us that the momentum is actually previous downside momentum has started to slow down, and potentially there could be some signs of accumulation that is taking place in this Hang Seng Tech Index. So the levels that I'm watching, right, to potentially see what I call a further upside, definitely this key support for the whole, which is 5,770, and a break above, probably a weekly close above 6,960 could actually take us up potentially to test the next resistance at around the 8,300 level. So tactically, right, it's actually forming a kind of a very 1 to 3 months potential basing formation, but definitely it got to have a clearance above the 6,960 to actually so-called validate this potential up move.
Now, Kelvin, thank you very much for your insights and thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Brad. As usual, my pleasure.
Now, we've been speaking to Kelvin Wong, market strategist at CMC Markets, on BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. I'm Brian Fernandez. This video and podcast will be on our various social media platforms as well as our website, www.biztech.asia. Please like and subscribe to our various platforms. Thank you very much for tuning in.